The mango is a delicious, exotic, and healthy fruit with a refreshing taste that can be consumed in many ways, and it gives the human body a great amount of carbohydrates. This gives it a high caloric value, very important. In addition, it is rich in minerals, magnesium, vitamins, and provitamin A and C. This plant is of Eastern origin, and it was brought by the Portuguese to Brazil, from where it is spread to the rest of America. Currently, there are more than 1,000 varieties produced and distributed over 100 countries worldwide. The mango has two possible origins, India and the northern Burma, and also Indonesia and Malaysia, including islands Borneo and Sumatra. We can say that this is the world distribution center of the mango. In the world, there are more than 4 million hectares of cultivated mangoes, with an average production of 28 million tons. Asia is leading producer, and India contributes with 50% of the global production of mango. Mexico is the leading exporter of mango worldwide talking. Mango is one of the most consumed fruits, ranking the 4th place after the banana, the pineapple, and the avocado. Initially, it was said that the mango must be grown up between 0 and 600 meters above sea level. But 28 or 30 years ago, mangoes started growing up in the region where we already have important productions, to heights between 800 and 1,350 meters above sea level. We are currently in an area of Antioquia called the Canyon of Cauca, between Bolombo and Santa Fe de Antioquia. At this point, we are producing mangoes with very good results. In the world, we have two large of mangoes varieties, the Floridians and the Philippines. The Philippines have several clones, such as the Ataulfo in Mexico, Kensington in Australia, Pink in Brazil, and many more. From there we also find the Creole mangoes, who come to our continent, from which we have many other varieties. Here we have the Vallenato in Colombia as the most representative. Regarding the Floridians, mangoes or mangoes of color, we give importance to the Tommy Atkins, the Kate mango, the Van Dyke, and the Kent. There are other varieties, but these 4 would be the most important, economically talking, especially for the conditions in Colombia. Grafting. Let's start spreading mango varieties. We must have the seed, of course. This one we take it out from a rag tree. We have to bear in mind that this tree must be completely suitable to the same region. We take the seed, and with very sharp scissors we remove the shell or layer. Then we must take it to an appropriate insecticide solution for the seed to get disinfected and fungi not to cause any damage. Followed by this, we take the seed to a substrate we have prepared with 50% of land, 25% of organic matter, and 25% of rice husk. This substrate is prepared in that way for it to have good drainage and for the seed to not have moisture issues and fungi who kills it. After having the 3 like the one we have here, we proceed to cut the bud. This bud we take it from a mango tree, Tommy, a very productive tree. One of the best we actually have in the garden. Once we have the bud, we proceed to cut the pattern. The pattern comes from the seed of the lint or hilacha mango. So we cut between 25 to 30 centimeters from the base of the tree. We cut the petioles, we cut a little on the bud, and we make equal cuts in both the bud and the pattern. We must make a very firm, even cut, so that there is a nice bond at the end. Then we tie it up using ribbons to help us having a good and steady tie, being able to get a good bond between the bud and the pattern. After placing the bud, we put a plastic bag on it. This bag is going to protect it against moisture, and the purpose of this bag is to prevent water to fall out between the union of the pattern and the bud, because if so, and certainly we die. Trees that are recently transplanted must remain in the nursery for approximately 80 or 90 days and should get used to gradually in a shaded area for a period of a few weeks to allow withstand exposure to sunlight and wind. Requirements, soil and climate. Mango has better development in deep soil, well drained and light, where large roots can penetrate and set the field's pH between 5 and 8. Watering depends on the type of climate of the area where plantations are located. However, the ideal temperature is of warm climates with dry and wet and alternate and well-defined periods between 25 Celsius degrees and 30 Celsius degrees. The altitude should be 500 meters above sea level to 1,500 meters above sea level. This crop is very resistant to winds, but is vulnerable to cold, and it needs a rainfall of about 1,000 millimeters plus a dry period from 4 to 6 months. Transplant. For sowing a plant of type kit or Tommy, the recommended distances are measured according to the zone at a definite point or area. In this case are from 150 to 200 plants per hectare. So we traced a hole of 40 by 40 centimeters. This one is filled with organic matter and phosphoric rocks. Then you remove the bag from the plant and you place it in the center of the hole. Later on, we proceed to take the graft off so that the plant doesn't get choked. After doing this, we put more fertilizer, land, and it is convenient to put some gentle pressure on. Finally, you place a sustaining system of the plant built with a stick of 1 meter by 20 centimeters of height that will hang strings or wires where branches and stems are suspended to facilitate the growth, the performance of the cultural tasks, the productivity, and also for increasing the quality of the fruit. Pruning. Right now we are in cultivation practices, so let's talk about pruning. There are 4 types. The first one of formation, the second one of maintenance, the third one of sanitation, and the fourth of height. Pruning of formation. This pruning is performed when the tree has the first year of life. There is usually a bud or central branch, which is the one we're going to remove to give a better formation to the tree. Pruning of sanitation. This one consists of removing all dry leaves from the tree, leaves that insects have attacked and the ones that are deformed. The pruning of maintenance consists of removing branches that are leftovers, crop residues by cutting or trimming these defective branches, well, we can prevent fungi formation who affect the tree and the whole crop. Pruning of height. This pruning involves trimming high branches that come out of the tree, overpassing its height, with the purpose of keeping always the tree leveled, looking for the average height, which it must be between 3.5 and 4 meters, with the only purpose of facilitating the process of the crop, leaves fertilizations, and the control of fungi and disease on the tree. Carrying on with cultivation practices, we can see that in this farm an appropriate control of malaise, of brush, is performed only with scythes, and it is left in the middle of streets so that natural controllers of pests can settle down there. Fertilization. The fertilization is performed to each variety of mango 4 times a year, bearing in mind soil analysis and foliar analysis to make appropriate contributions. Potassium is the element that the tree has replied the best, being this one the one with the largest proportion into the formula of fertilization. Irrigation. Irrigation in times of flowering applies to each adult tree from 80 to 100 liters every 3 days. In this way, it contributes to the growth of the fruit and it will increase its fertilization. The most important pests that appear in the Caucasus Canyon and cause economic constraints are the Anacardiaceae, that gives the leaf and fruits the cosmetic part, and it is a vector for the entry of pathogens. We also have, as a limiting pest, the fly of the fruit. This animal is a worldwide pest and it appears here with no impact, but is controlled efficiently with traps and monitoring. The 2 most limiting diseases in this region of the Caucasus Canyon in the borough of Ansa to a height of 1,200 meters above sea level are the anthracnose, produced by a fungus. Another disease is the oidio, caused by another fungus. These 2 diseases are related to both the Tommy and the Kid mango, which are the varieties we are cultivating in this region. The control of these 2 diseases, is done in a preventive way. Before monitoring the incidence of the disease in its initial state, we use fungicides for protecting and also as a cure. This is the only way to counter the disease, since they are causing damage by the anthracnose in first place, completely destroying the crop, and on the mango affecting the quality of the fruit appearance and damaging the cosmetic part. The Ovidium Mangifera is the disease that affects the most the Kid variety, especially when there are low temperatures at night. On the other hand, the Tommy kind is the most susceptible to suffer anthracnose. Harvest. Let's start the process of harvesting mango on a Kid tree. I want to state that it's the same process that is done with the Tommy tree, but the first thing to do is to disinfect the tool we will use. In this case, it's necessary to disinfect the scissors with iodine to prevent transmitting fungi or diseases to other trees. Therefore, we avoid these pests to spread. Now I want to explain you what are the characteristics that a mango must have to know the true point of harvest. First, we must bear in mind that the shoulders should be filled, the peduncle slightly sunk, lenticels, that are the points right here, while the mango becomes more mature, tend to extend. These are some characteristics that you have to keep in mind to harvest mango. Now, being the tool disinfected and having in mind these tips, we will proceed to explain how to make the cut on the peduncle. This fruit has a part we call the key, to 1 centimeter or centimeter and a half. So the cut, we do it over the distance to avoid spilling latex and a possible stain with other damages. A mango provides all the vitamin C that the human body requires in a day. 2/3 of what it needs from vitamin A, almost half of vitamin E, 1/4 of the required fiber, and a combination of minerals including iron and potassium. Differences between the Tommy mango and kid mango are the following. As we can see, the kid is a flat mango, very elongated, while the kid is more round. The peduncle is not as elongated if we compare it with the Tommy. The odor of this last one is very nice when we compare it with the kid. Another difference is the age of the harvest. From the time of flowering, the Tommy is harvested in about 100 or 110 days. While the kid may have a delay between 120 and 140 days approximately. We are now at the end of this crop. We are in the warehouse or processing and classification room of the fruit. At this time, they are washing the mango. After the fruit arrives from the field, it goes into a tank with soap. This soap helps to remove the dirt. Then it passes to a tank of clean water. From there, it's just clean or wipe it with a cloth. Having done this, we dry it and classify it by its start order. The first one, the second one, or the third one. The star mango, it's called like that because of its very small size. However, this is a fruit of excellent quality. After doing the classification, the mango is packaged in some baskets that must have an average weight of 22 kilos each for being sent later to factories dedicated to commercialize mango. crop of mango is being developed in this hillside area, and difficulties actually becoming opportunities to generate employment for people who work in the crop. For all practices are performed manually, from pruning, harvesting, the transport to the warehouse, and what's more, we have a careful manual selection made by women, heads of families who have an assured job for 4 or 5 months of the year. Being the mango of excellent quality and fine taste conditions, in addition to the nutritional and medicinal part, is the opportunity to increase the mango consumption in our diet, contributing to a better health in the future. The high content of fiber the mango has make it uterus laxative properties. Fiber prevents and improves constipation. It improves cholesterol blood rates. And by controlling glycemic and diets, it generates in those who consume it a feeling of fullness. The mango has antioxidant properties thanks to its high levels of vitamin C. This makes it an excellent alternative for those who cannot tolerate this source of vitamin C, such as lemon, helping the human organism to have an excellent immune system. This fruit can be enjoyed in salads, jams, desserts, juices, and it will always have a delicious and exotic flavor.